Sparky Rodrigo, and today I'm coming back to you with another Schneider video. Let's get into it. Last video I covered day 1. This video I'm going to be covering day 2, and then day 3, 4, and 5, because it starts to repeat itself a little bit. Alright, hopping right up into day 2, same pickup time, 6:30, that's when the bus will arrive here at the hotel. Don't be even a minute late. Picks us up at 6:30 sharp, and we get to school around 7 a.m. First thing we did when we arrived was to go grab our tablets. That's assigned to you from day 1, so they just let you know every morning that's what you're going to be doing, is grabbing your tablets. Once we got our tablets, you go ahead and mark yourself as on duty, as well as fill in your paper logs. You will be responsible to start taking care of your logs and do that first thing every morning, your tablets and your paper logs. After that, we head straight to the classroom, and before we continue with the rest of the day, they showed us about Transflo. Transflo, at least for Schneider, I don't know if any other company covers it, is where we go ahead and we would send our paper log from the day before, or however many days that we haven't sent it, which should be every day unless, of course, you're off duty. We went ahead and sent that off along with the bill of lading. However, we won't have a bill of lading because we're in orientation, so we're not doing any loads, therefore we don't have a BOL. You fill out what's called a trip sheet, put in all the information, you go ahead and send that with your paper log over to the headquarters, which I believe is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Once they show you how to do that, you will be responsible for doing that every day that you come in. I actually got this. This is the Transflo I was talking about. So this is the trip sheet I was talking about that you'll take. You'll grab this, you'll go ahead and you'll fill it in, and then you will attach your paper log to it for the day before, and then go ahead and submit it off. Then you'll get a receipt, essentially, that will print off after you fax your stuff over to the headquarters, and you'll staple all of these together, the receipt, the trip sheet, and the paper log. And Schneider says to keep it for at least 6 months. So I went ahead and I got a folder because it started to pile up in my book bag, and I didn't want it all to get crinkled or lost. And they tell you to keep it for at least 6 months, just in case if headquarters asks for anything or says, hey driver, we don't have your paper log from October 31st or October 30th, you need to send that over, and you need to be able to have that stuff. So that way you can just say, hey, this is the trip sheet number, because if you notice they had a barcode with a number underneath, hey, it's a trip sheet number, there you go, and if they can't find it, you can always fax it to them again. After we did that quick process, we went ahead and they took us outside, and we did, again, the pre-trip, the couple and uncoupling, and the air brake. They had us go through it one more time, and we pretty much did that until lunchtime. So from about probably 7:30 until noon, we did just pre-trip, couple uncoupling, air brake. They just had us take turns and keep them going and going and going. After lunch, they had us have lunch again at the classroom for day 2 because they had a different instructor come in. And day 2 is where we did our W4. We just did some more paperwork, and the paperwork included our W4, our direct deposit, our challenge questions, which is essentially like, if you ever signed up for a website and you ever forget your password, they'll have you set up some sort of security questions. So Schneider calls them challenge questions. So you set that up, and then you set up more emergency info on your Schneider login. They call Schneider Compass. And we did that from lunch until the end of the day at 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, bus took us back to the hotel, and that concludes our day 2. Day 3, same thing, 6:30 pickup, get to school 7 a.m. Same thing, you're gonna go grab your tablet, you're going to start your paper log, you're gonna make sure that you go ahead and transflow yesterday's paper log along with the trip sheet right away. After that, we went outside. Right away, we got split up into groups, and instructors had different students assigned to them, so we got split up into groups and went with our instructors outside. We did a pre-trip and an air brake test. So it's basically like starting your day. As you go to start your day, on a normal work day, you're always going to do a pre-trip and an air brake before taking off. So they had us do a pre-trip on the truck and an air brake test, and then we went on a demo ride. Before we went on our demo ride, we did what's called workflow, which is Schneider's way of assigning loads. It's exactly what it sounds like the workflow of your day. On the tablet, you'll get, loads assigned to you. So the instructors just showed us how to work around that, how to review a load, accept a load, take down the addresses and trip plan and stuff like that. And they give you these cool pumpkin pads. Let me show you that. Here's what they call the pumpkin pad. Now this is what they use basically is if your tablet were to not working for whatever reason, navigation stopped working, what they have you do is when you get a load assigned to you, they have you fill out this information with all the basic stuff. So your pickup, your delivery, your drop off. So here, this is just a fake one that they assigned to us so we could learn how to use a tablet and how to read the loads assigned to us. So there is our shipment ID. That's the empty trailer location. So it's here. And then city, how far it is, the trailer number, and the ETA of when the navigation things will arrive there. And then it does a shipment total distance. So overall, the load that was assigned to you, what the total distance is. Then they have the pickup location, which has a number, and then Dontar, which would be the company. It could be Target, Home Depot, whatever. And then the information just repeats itself. So the address, the city, ETA, if there's an appointment, how far that distance is from your empty trailer location, if it's hazmat, high value, temperature control, the trailer number, the weight, and the MBOL, which is a master bill of lading, and the pickup number. On the back is stop details or location remarks. So the average load time's 29 minutes. Give you the phone number, the open hours of the company where you're going to go pick up or drop off, and the remarks. And so for this one it says, must have 3 load straps, no double parking, check axle weight, trailer has to be less than 10 years old, must be clean swept, no odors, tandem slid all the way to the rear when dropping, preloads and empty will be parked at Silver Creek Yard, and it gave us a location ID. These numbers are specifically for Schneider. They take locations and assign them their own ID number. So when we put it into our GPS, we would put this number and it would give us the location. The reason they do this is if something were to happen with our tablet where it died or broke or something, anything, we have it all here. So everything that's on the tablet, you write here just in case. This way if something happened, you know where the location's at, you know the number, and you know all the information that you need to have. So we did that before starting the ride. And then same thing, delivery location, open hours, any remarks, where to put the trailer, if there's an appointment so you know what time you need to ride. It's just a backup to the tablet. That's what they call the pumpkin pad. So after that, we did the demo ride. What that is the instructor basically went ahead and drove the vehicle first. He went ahead around town, drove, showed us a couple of turning situations where we have to do a button hook turn, what to watch for in our mirrors, the signs to watch for, so on and so forth. After that, I went ahead and I drove first. Basically did the same thing the instructor did, and he will coach you through the situations, but remember that this is for inexperienced CDL holders. So you do have your license, you are your CDL, so it's important that you know the basics of how to drive and manipulate and move your trailer. They're not here to show you how to drive. They're just here to make sure that you drive safely and reinforce good habits into you. Schneider's all about safety. The other two students that were with me drove because it was 3-to-1 instructor. And then we went back to the OC, and we went to lunch from 12 to 1. After lunch we went back to the trailer. We did a TIV, which is trailer integrity verification, which is something you do anytime that you leave your trailer alone. You come back and you check the integrity of it to make sure nobody crawled in it or under it and nobody tampered with it, which is something that will be required of you even when you go out on the real road or real job by yourself. After we performed the TIV, we did more coupling and uncoupling, and then we did slow maneuvers. The slow maneuvers is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically maneuvering your trailer and tractor through kind of like how I would say an obstacle course, very slowly. And the purpose of this is to basically learn and understand the size of your trailer and tractor and be able to manipulate it, because it's a really, really tight area. And, looking at it outside the truck or even in a truck, you'd probably never go that way because you think, I can't fit through that, I can't do that. And that's why they put us through that, so that way and get to learn the size of your tractor and trailer and understand that you can fit or it can be done. After we went through the slow maneuvers course, they had us do a 45-degree back, or what I would call an alley dog. Schneider has us do 3. There's the 45, the 60, and the 90. The one I learned at school was 90 degree, but I never did a 45 and a 60, so that's the one that they had me do. I had a 45-degree back. They have a fake dock. It's just part of a Schneider trailer cut in half with tires over it, so that way you can pretend, and they have concrete barriers on the side. They have a 45-degree back into the dock to mock you arriving at a customer for loading or unloading. After that, we went ahead and did tandem sliding. We slid the tandems to the rear and slid the tandems forward. And they taught us how to do that and how to measure for different states and different requirements. And then we did more workflow. So we simulated dropping a trailer and counting that as a delivery, coupling a trailer and counting that as a pickup. And then after that, we did our post-trip inspection. And then we went back into the OC and finished our logs. And went back to the hotel for 5 o'clock. So that was day 3. Day 4 was pretty much the same stuff. Start off the day always the same. Grab your tablets, start your logs, Transflo your paper over to the headquarters. Then we went ahead and actually drove some more. We didn't do as much coupling as uncoupling as we did for day 3. It was more about focusing on driving, so we did a lot more what they call a roller coaster, up, down, left, right, starting to learn how to navigate these tight back roads. Then for day 5, which was Friday, it was the same thing, more driving for a longer amount of time, and they actually took us on a downgrade so that way we could learn how to go down hills or mountains using a Jake brake. And then actually it ended up starting to rain, so when we went down the downgrade, they showed us how to keep our tractor in a low gear going down a downgrade, because you cannot use your Jake brake if it's not dry conditions. They showed us how to do that, make sure we're in the right gear before going down the hill, and then using stump braking. And then Saturday and Sunday we actually got off. It's actually Sunday today. We got it off, but you only get the weekend off if Schneider feels like you don't need the extra help or the extra attention. They do have an option where you can sign up for extra help on Saturday. However, they only have two instructors. So depending on how many people sign up will depend on just how much attention or how much you can get done in that day. So if a whole bunch of people sign up, you probably most likely won't go on the road, because they're not going to have enough seats, and they need to make sure that everybody who gets in the truck has a seatbelt to be secure. So they'll probably just have you do more of the slow maneuvers, backing, coupling, uncoupling, pre-trip air brake tests, which is fine if that's something you want to work on. Perfect for you. I did not sign up, and most people didn't. Some people did. But if Schneider feels that you need that extra help or you need that extra work, you are required to come in on Saturday. I didn't say anything about Sunday, so I don't know if people were forced to go in, but I believe there was just one person that they made come in on Saturday, and then others just voluntarily went in. So that concludes pretty much the first week of Schneider orientation. This Monday I'll go on to week 2. This will be my last week here at Schneider orientation before I go on with a TE, which is a training engineer, be on their truck for 5 days before I head home and start my own direct job with Schneider. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs down and leave a comment down below on why you did not. I want to be able to improve for you and give you what you need. Remember always, one goal, one passion, and that's trucking. Stay safe, everybody. God bless. Wookie Rodrigo.